Hi guys, welcome to our Westside Wellbeing Pilates session. All you need is a mat and some water. So grab that if you haven't got either of those, and let's come down onto our mat. So I have got my notes, it's our Pilates session today. I've got some water just off camera over there. So I've got everything that I need, and we're going to start lying down because it's a really nice place to start. So come to lie down on your mat. And just take a moment to arrive. Sometimes it can be a real rush to find time in our day to exercise. So just acknowledge that you found this time, that you're here to work out the body. You're going to work out the mind at the same time. And you've made it. So if it was a rush, if it was a bit of stress finding this time, let it go. You've done it. You found it. We're going to practice our Pilates. In 45 minutes, you're going to feel completely different to how you're feeling right now. So let's just take a couple of breaths. Nice deep inhales and nice long exhales. Inhaling and exhaling. Awesome. Let's bend into the knees. Check you can touch the heels with the fingertips. And we're going to start just by releasing the arms up and over the head and back down. We can tend to carry a lot of tension in the shoulders, in the neck. So we're just helping the body mobilize through those shoulders and let go of any tension that they're holding on to that they don't need to. Don't worry, we are going to get a little bit more intense with what we work with today. But just enjoy this lowering and lifting. Excellent. One more time. Now, arms beside you, push your lower back into the mat. And you'll notice that your hips will just lift up just a millimeter or so off the mat. We're going to roll up the whole spine, chest to chin, and then we're going to roll all the way back down. 2 more times like this. Push the lower back into the mat, roll all the way up, and then roll all the way down. Lovely. One more time. Excellent. Let's add the arms in. So inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, rolling back down. Starting to feel it maybe in your glutes, maybe in the quads, just warming up the body. We're going to do 3 more like this. Adding the arms in gives you a little bit of instability, means you're working in the core more. But of course, if you want to do this without the arms, that is fine. Last one. Excellent. Check that your feet are still close in towards the body. Push down through the feet, roll up, lifting those hips. Keep the neck and the head absolutely still here. Now, push down through the left foot, start to release the right leg up towards the ceiling. Nice. If that feels too much, you can have the right foot resting on the left thigh. And we're going to dip the hips and lift. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Leg is extended or is resting on that left thigh. Just 5 more here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the right foot down. Try and keep the hips high. Let's come straight into the second set. Left leg lifts up, or you've got the left foot bent onto the thigh. We're dipping and lifting. Dip and lift. Excellent. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Rolling all the way back down. Lovely. Feet to the floor. Just let the knees knock out from left to right. So we're going to start to add in a little bit more ab work, but still work with that bridge posture. So this time, bend the knees, make sure the feet are close in towards the body. Push the lower back into the mat. We're going to roll all the way up the spine, chest to chin. Roll all the way back down. Hips meet the mat. Legs lift up. Push the feet up towards the ceiling. Feet come down. Roll up bridge. Roll back down. Lift the legs. Push down through the hands. Lift up through those hips. Feet come down. Roll up bridge. You've got it. Keep that head and that neck nice and still, nice and stable. Rolling up. Rolling down. Lovely. Let's take 3 more. Excellent. Keep the integrity of these postures. So really roll up one vertebrae at a time. When the hips hit the mat, lifting up the feet. Excellent. Last one. Lifting those legs. Excellent. Nice work. Reach the arms up above the head. Extend the legs away from you. Just breathe here. From here, flex the toes up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms out above the head. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to roll all the way up, touch the toes, sitting up. Excellent. So from here, sit up as tall as you can. If you need to, you can bring the hands back behind you or have your fingertips just resting on the floor. We're going to just lift the right leg up. Nice little movement. You can point the toes, extra engagement. You can have the hands on the hips. You can have the hands on the floor beside you, or you can have the hands back behind you. We're going to do this at 10, 9. Try not to lean back too much. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Lovely. You can see me leaning back more and more as we did that one. So the aim is to sit up as tall as you can. Suck the belly button in. Engage the core. Let's do the same thing on the left-hand side. Lifting the leg. Excellent. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release those legs. You can give them a little bend, a little hug in towards the body. Excellent. From here, keep the left leg bent and just bend the right knee back behind you, right toes point back behind you, and bring the sit bones to the mat, hands behind the back. From here, we're just going to take a little hip lift. So this is a really nice way to release into our hip flexors. We're lifting up, we're lowering. Lift and lower. Excellent. Not too much of a crazy movement, or it might look a little bit unusual, but we're going to do it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Stay here with the legs. This is what we call half saddle pose in yoga. You can stay on your hands, or you can come down onto your forearms, just stretching out through that right quad, the right hip flexor. There's a little bit of work that we're doing on our hip flexors today. So just stretching it all out into there. A couple more breaths. Excellent. Coming back up onto the hands. If you came down onto forearms, let's just roll onto the left hip and extend that right leg. Same thing on the other side. So now you keep a bend in the right leg. Left knee is bent, left toes point back behind you. Hands behind you. Fingers can be behind you or to the side. Push down through the hands. Lift the hips and lower. Lifting and lowering. Really stretching out into the left hip flexor, left quad for 10. I'll keep count, I promise. Just go with the movement. We've just got 5 more to go. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Hips to the floor. Finding our half saddle pose here. You can stay exactly as you are, or you can come down onto the forearm, stretching out into that left hip, left thigh, breathing. Remember, if you don't feel comfortable on the forearms, just stay on the hands. Excellent. Inhale, come all the way back up. Roll onto the right hip and extend the left leg. Now, we're going to come all the way onto the right hip, down onto the right forearm, right elbows underneath the right shoulder. You've got a bend in the knees, toes and feet are together. You can have the left fingertips in front of you to start off with. And all we're going to do is clams. So to start off with, keep the bottom leg on the floor. We will find a use for that in a moment. Excellent. So we're using the outside of that left glute. If this feels really comfortable for you, you can bring the left fingertips to the side of the head. Again, this is just going to create some instability for your core. We're going to be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, bring the left knee to the floor, extend the right leg, and just start to lift and lower through that right leg. You can have the hand on the head or fingertips on the floor. Lifting and lowering the inside of that thigh, working for the right leg. Excellent. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Release the leg. Extend the left leg. We're going to bring both legs up here, holding here. Now lift the lower the lower leg and lift. So you're just moving that bottom leg up and down. Remember your hand options. Staying on the right hip as best you can. Excellent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scissor the legs, moving them forwards and backwards. Keep it controlled. You can point the toes. That creates extra engagement in the legs. Extra working. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, reach the left arm up above you. Bend the knees. Grab hold of the toes. Extend. Crunching into the left side of your core. You've got this. Option to make it harder, keep the legs straight. Lift them all the way up. Take your option for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release. You can just roll onto your stomach and just completely relax. preparing to do that same little set on the left-hand side. So I'm going to swivel around, so I'm still facing the camera. Left elbow underneath the left shoulder. You've got a bend in the knees, feet and the ankles are together. We're opening the knees, taking these little diamond legs or clam legs. You've got the hand on the head or fingertips to the floor. You're on the outside of that left hip. And we're lifting and lowering, working into the outside of that right glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Extend the left leg, bring the right knee to the floor, and we're just lifting and lowering through the inside of that left thigh. Lifting and lowering that leg. Breathing here, taking your hand options. 10, 9, 8, 7. Doesn't have to be very high. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Extend your right leg on top of the left, lifting both legs up. Just lower and lift the bottom leg. Stay on the outside of that left hip as much as you can. Pick your hand options. Lower and lift through the bottom leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, I'm going to scissor the legs forwards and backwards. Pointing those toes for extra engagement through the legs. Keeping it nice and controlled, not going wild. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. From here, bend the knees, right fingertips reach the toes, right arm reaches up above the head. Remember, you've got that same option as we did on the other side. You can extend the legs up. Take your option. We're going to be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the legs. This time, roll all the way onto your back and just completely let go. Breathe. Let the blood flow return back to normal, all the way through the hips, thighs, belly, bum. Nice work. So from here, we're going to start to lift ourselves back up, bringing the hands behind us, fingertips point in the same direction as the toes. You've got a bend in the knees. As you inhale, we're going to push the hips all the way up, reverse table. Now, you can stay here. Option, bend the right knee in towards the chest for a crunch. Then the left. Alternative, if you don't want to lift the leg, you can dip the hips, push up. So every time we bring a knee in, you're dipping the hips and then lifting up. Excellent. So we're going to do this, whatever option you've taken, for 9, 1 to each side, for 8, for 7, 6, 5, lift the hips up as high as you can, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish on the other side. Lovely. Release the hips. Stretch out through the hands, circle out through the wrists. Just breathe. Excellent work. So, from here, we're going to find our way up to standing. Feet are hip distance. We've got plenty of hand options with this one. Hands come to the hips. We're going to extend the right leg out in front of us. We can keep the hands on the hips, or we can reach both arms up towards the ceiling. And we're holding here, lifting that leg for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. Start with the hands on the hips, lift and extend that left leg out in front of you, point the toes, hands to the hips, reach the arms up, squeeze in here, try not to lean back for 3, for 2, for 1. Excellent. Release the hands down. Now it's this time coming into it a slightly different way. Hug the knee in towards the body. Find your balance. Point the toes. Release the arms up towards the ceiling. Extend the right leg out in front of you. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the foot. Excellent. Same thing on the other side. Bending into that left knee. Point the toes. Release the arms up towards the ceiling. Extend that left leg out in front of you. Lift it nice and high for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the foot. Release the arms. Just shake it out. Stepping the feet back to hip distance. We're going to come into some lunges, working into the glutes. So step the right foot back. You want to have a nice bend into the left knee. Hands can be on the hips, or you can reach the arms up. Again, a little bit of extra instability, working the muscles more. So for the first one, we're going to dip the knee down and lift back up. Dipping the knee down and lifting back up for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. This time, keep the front knee and thigh absolutely still. Just bend the back knee, straighten the leg. So you're not lifting and lowering through the hips, you're just lifting and lowering through the back leg. It's a subtle difference. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep those hips still, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring the hands down to the floor. We're going to untuck the toes this time. So the top of the foot is on the mat. Bring the hands up to the thigh and see if you can lift that back leg. So you're really working into the top of the right foot. Bending into the knee and straightening. Bend and straighten. If it feels uncomfortable, tuck the toes back under. Not a problem. Just here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the knee, release the hands, core. That is a lot of work into our hip flexors. Lovely. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Coming all the way up to standing. Feet are hip distance. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So often you'll find that one glute and hip is a little bit stronger than the other. So for me, that tends to be the right. So we're starting with those lunges. Right knee stacked above the right ankle. Lower the knee down and lift. So you can see there's a lot of movement in my hips here. 10, 9, 8. Nice deep bend in the front knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. Excellent. Now, stay low. Keep the hips low. Extend the back leg. You can have the hands on the thigh, the hips. You have those hands up if you're super going for it. And this time, we're just moving the back knee, keeping the hips still. Excellent. 10, 9, 8. Take breaks if you need them. 7, 6. Try not to move the hips even if you feel tempted to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring the hands down to the mat. Drop the back knee down. So here's the awkward one, as if they weren't already awkward. Untuck the toes this time. So the top of the foot is pushing down into the mat. If it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. Tuck the toes under. Hands come up to rest on that right thigh as we start to lift the back knee up. Lower the knee and lift. Lower and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the knee, release the leg. Let's push back into a child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes touch, hips back towards the heels, softening the head and the chest to the mat. Just breathe. Nice, long, deep inhales and exhales. Excellent work. We're going to come and do some planks from here. So coming all the way forwards, we'll start with a forearm plank. Fingertips point forwards. Extend the legs back behind you. You can have the knees lifted, or if you prefer, you can drop the knees down. Take your option. Try and keep the body in one long, straight line. Tucking the tailbone under, pushing up in between the shoulder blades, breathing here. Not going to be here too much longer, just here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the knees. Just push back. Maybe have the knees closer together this time as you take a closed knee child's pose. And then inhale, come all the way forwards. So this time preparing to take a high plank position. So you're on your hands are stacked underneath the shoulders. You've got the same options before, knees can be down or lifted. So we're extending the legs. If you prefer, you can come down onto your forearms. Do the posture that we just did before. If you've got the knees down, you're still sucking the belly button in. You've got one long straight line from the shoulders to the knees. We're pushing down through the hands, we're pushing up through the shoulder blades, we're breathing. For 5, stay strong. For 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Excellent. Drop the knees down, push back into your chosen child's pose, knees closed or knees wide. Excellent. So we're going to come into our side plank variations. So you can do these on your forearms, you can do these on your hands. I'm going to talk you through coming into it from your hands. So find your way back into your plank, step the feet together, roll onto the outside edge of the left foot, reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. So remember, you can drop that left knee down, left knee underneath the left hip. If you prefer, you can have both legs extended, but come down onto the forearm. See what feels best. Option to release the right leg up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, you're breathing 3 more times. Excellent. Release the foot, release the hand. Let's come straight onto the other side. I will swivel around. Same options, feet together. Left leg on top, left fingertips reaching up. Or right knee underneath the right hip. Or you're down on the forearm, both legs extended. Whichever option you take, you can lift that left leg up. Three more breaths. A little wobble is fine, just shows you're using your muscles in a different way. Excellent, coming all the way back down to the mat. Take a tabletop and just wiggle through the spine, wiggle through the body. Excellent. So, we're stepping the left foot to the floor, bending the knee, right knee is bent, right foot to the floor. Hands come down in front of you. And we're keeping the top of the foot in contact with the mat as we lift the hips and then lower back down into a squat. Lifting the hips, lower all the way back down. So we're still working in to the top of the foot. We're working into that left leg, that left thigh. We're going to do this for 10, for 9, for 8. Doesn't matter if you can't straighten the leg here. For 7, for 6, halfway, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sneaks up on you, that one. Feeling fine, then all of a sudden it feels really tough. So, same on the other side. Bend into that left knee, left foot to the left top of the foot to the floor. Right foot comes to the floor here, hands in front of you. Now, lifting up that left leg, top of the foot on the floor, coming all the way back down. Inhale, lifting up, straightening into the right leg as best you can. Doesn't have to be straight. For 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, nearly there, and for 1. Excellent, nice. Let's just release all the way down onto the mat. Shake out those legs, shake out those arms. Excellent. Notice how you're feeling in the body. Just maybe closing and opening through the knees, the hips. From here, let's topple forwards. Find our tabletop position. Reach the right arm out in front of you. Extend the left leg back behind you. You can stay here. If this is working into your core enough, stay here. You can lift the left leg up. You can stay here. Option, squeeze elbow to knee, and then extend. Working with your body, working with your core in particular. For 10, 9, 8. Try not to banana through the body as you do this one. More about keeping strong and consistent through the core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Everything is extended. Holding here. Bring the right hand down. Keep that left leg lifted. We're going to tap the left foot up and over the back foot. So you're tapping up and over, up and over. You know the score. We've got 10 of these here. Staying strong. You're on the home straight of this class. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keep that left leg lifted up, bend into the knee, push that left foot up. Just a tiny little movement into that left glute. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Release that left knee down. And do whatever you need to do for the hips, for the spine. If you want to release into the hands, circle it around. Same thing on the other side. Finish strong. Excellent. So this time, pushing down through the right hand, extending the left arm, the right leg. You can stay here, you can lift the leg, you can stay here, or you can bend elbow to knee and extend. You've got this. Keep the body strong for 10. 7. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend everything away. Hold it here. Excellent. Left hand to the floor. Let's toe tap. To the left, to the right. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bend into that right knee. Push the right heel up towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8. Just a little movement. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely work. Take the knees wide. Big toes touch. Hips back towards the heels. Lengthen out through the spine. Reach the arms away from you. Soften the forehead down. Walk the hands in towards the body. Roll up. Chin tucked to chest until the head is the very last thing to come up. Let's shoulder roll here. All the way around. A good few times in one direction. And then back the other way. Taking the right arm across the body. Bend the left elbow at the top of the upper arm. Just taking the gaze over the right shoulder. Stretching out the arms. Lovely. Release. Same thing on the other side. Nice work. Release. We started on our backs. We are going to finish on our backs. Let's release into our hips. Loads of work on the glutes. You can hug the knees in towards the chest. Rock gently from left to right. Start to circle the knees around in one direction. And then back the other way. Bring the left foot to the floor, right ankle comes up to rest on the left thigh, pushing the right thigh gently away. Hands come underneath the left thigh as you hug that left knee in towards you. Excellent. Releasing that left foot to the floor, unhooking the right ankle. Left ankle comes to rest on top of the right thigh, gently pushing that left knee, that left thigh away. Maybe taking both hands underneath the right thigh, hugging the right leg in towards you. Releasing any tension here that you're finding in the body that doesn't need to be here now. Releasing the jaw, the face, the shoulders, the neck, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Releasing that right foot to the floor. Unhook that left ankle. Just take the feet a little bit wider of the body, arms wider of the mat, and then just let the knees drop from left to right. Releasing into those hips and the lower back. Nice. Bring the knees back up to center. Soles of the feet together. Open the knees out nice and wide. You can stay here or bring the arms all the way up above the head, grabbing hold of opposite elbows, forearms, wrists, fingertips. Awesome stillness, lovely stretching. Release the arms all the way down beside the body. Use the hands to help those knees back in towards each other. And rocking on up to find your seated position. You have made it. You have done it. Well done. You completed your Pilates class. You found the time to do it. Awesome work. Hopefully see you next time for another Westside Wellbeing Wednesday workout. Bye guys.